Hi, everybody. How's everybody
Welcome
doing?
back.
It's a fucking new year. New year, same pissing in the wind.
Yup.
A lot of people are going for the New Year's resolution. Here at Pissing in the Wind, we're doubling down. I'm gonna be twice of an asshole this year. I'm gonna drink twice as many fucking beers. I'm gonna smoke twice as much weed, and I'm gonna fuck twice as much pussy.
Yeah, that's called the New Year consummation.
Yeah. So happy New Year, guys. Thank you for joining in. We got a couple things that we typically do on this
Yeah.
day.
What are we drinking first?
Oh yeah, so I'm a little boring again, like I was last time. I'm just
Oh
drinking
my
again
God.
on those 8% surges.
Okay.
White Claw 8%er.
If I can figure out how to open it without breaking the can, because
What is
then
that? What
I'm gonna be
happened there?
drinking. I don't know. The tab just kind of bent.
Okay.
I'm gonna be drinking Society Brewing's Beer Folk Unite. I got it because it was super colorful.
Yeah, it
Oh
looks like a
wait,
really cool.
maybe it's called Magic Lurks. I don't know. It's just a
Okay.
cool can.
But yeah, so let's get this started like we always do, guys. Cheers. Happy New Year, everybody. Here's to the same us. I hope you guys
Cheers.
have a wonderful time.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good year of pissing in the wind.
It is. It is. We're on the rise. We're on the way up.
Yeah.
So like we typically do, I'm going to go ahead and start it out with the on this day.
Yeah.
So on this day in 2016, British singer and songwriter and actor David Bowie died in New York City. R.I.P.
Dang.
David Bowie, one of the fucking greatest of all time to ever do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spiders on
Um,
Mars, fucking another David Bowie song, dude. I lost it.
that's
Spiders
the
on
only one we
Mars.
got.
That's what we got. That's what you're listening
um,
to. Go look it up.
I got, all right, let's stick with music. I got in 1958 today that song from Top Gun, but not the Top Gun song, the other one from the newer Top Gun, Great Balls of Fire. That reached #1 on the UK pop charts, and I'm
Okay.
all about the UK.
We're all about the UK today. We got a
Yeah.
UK artist. We got the fucking Great Balls of Fire. I don't know
Yeah.
that song. I'll be honest with you.
Have you seen the new, I mean, I think it's in the old one too. I just haven't seen that one in a while. But it's they play it on the piano in Top Gun. That's the biggest thing I know
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
That's kind
Yeah.
of the only place I know it.
I've never seen any of the Top Gun movies. I've never seen the original one. I've never seen the new one. But I did hear that Top Gun is actually an allegory for male homosexuality.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't
maybe
I don't get that one, but
maybe that's why you like
let's
it so much.
probably.
Yeah. So let's go on to the next one. I got another on this day. This
All
one I
right.
thought was really interesting, especially considering everything going on with all the UAPs and shit. On this day in 1946 was the first time ever that radar signals bouncing off the moon were detected
Dang, from whom?
from NASA and the government. 1946.
Yeah, but
Actually, I
who,
don't
I
think
mean,
NASA was
they're the
actually
ones who detected it,
founded yet.
right?
Yeah, but oh yeah, where were the radio signals coming from?
Yeah.
I don't know. We should probably look that up. Can you look that up?
Okay. So, oh, on January 10th, it actually was that the Signal Corps at the Evans Signal Laboratory in New Jersey became the first in history to reflect an electronic signal off the surface of the moon.
Oh, okay.
So they just sent it and brought it back. But
Oh, okay. That's
still
still cool.
cool.
Still very
I mean,
cool.
first time ever.
Yeah, yeah, still very cool.
Yeah. Last on this day is today in 1946, the UN met for the very first time in London. So we're sticking with the UK theme right now.
There we go.
We got
The
David
UN's
Bowie.
meeting probably about David Bowie. The UN probably meeting about David Bowie.
Yeah, in 1946.
Yeah, 1946 before Bowie was around. But yeah,
This guy's coming. We got to be ready.
he's a child now. He's a baby, but he will be a big star later on.
Well, that's on this day.
That's all we got
There's
on this day.
probably a lot more, but that's the only ones that we cared to look at.
Yeah, there's probably substantially more, but yeah, we only care about a couple things, to be honest with you guys. There's only a few things we
Yeah.
really care about. But I think maybe we should just probably jump right into it. There's a
Yeah.
lot of fucking shit going on. So we just started 2025. We're 10 days into the new year, and shit's going crazy.
Yeah.
We've got
It's
news that
crazy.
officially, I guess, the drones are Chinese drones. Maybe we got news that some fucking Yakuza mob leader was like trying to smuggle nuclear weapons or materials through New York City, and then we got California is ablaze.
Ablaze.
California is ablaze. I think first
I
though,
mean,
let's start talking about the most important one, which is obviously California being ablaze.
yeah. It sucks.
Okay.
So can't
Oh yeah,
breathe
Dominic.
outside right now.
Dominic
I
is
do
is hands on the
I
ground,
am
boots on the ground.
I am very close to it. I don't do any fires. As soon as fire gets in our area, we're like we just bounce. So I was at Pepperdine, it lit on fire. I remember that day too. Like it was a couple days ago, and we were working, and I told one of my coworkers, like, "Hey, Jim, look, there's a little fire starting over there." And then like 3 hours later, they kicked us all out and turned me around, and I had to go home the long way. It was
Go-
small.
Going home the long way.
Yeah, it took like 4 hours to get home.
Holy fuck.
Um,
And can you try to like describe a little bit of the of like the geographical
yeah,
area for you so
yeah.
that way people
So
understand?
that one is right now called the Palisades Fire. It's in like Santa Monica, Malibu area, and basically it's yes, it's the beach, but it's not the sandy area. It's all the really rich people's hills, and they're just super dry hills right next to the beach. So it's mostly just dead grass right now, which it sucks for them. They had a big fire in early December, and as soon as it started regrowing, I while I was working out there, I saw them cleaning up from it still, and then another one came. So
If you've never been to California before, you've never lived in California before, California is a desert. And my whole
yeah,
life that I lived there and Dominic's whole life that he's lived there, it's we've always had a fire warning. They have these like little wooden signs with Smokey the Bear and it's got like
yep.
a gauge on it and it's like green, yellow, orange, red. And I don't think I've ever seen it in the yellow or green. It's always been in orange my
I
whole
saw it
life.
yellow like that year. It rained a lot,
Okay. So it was a couple years ago when it rained a
and
lot.
it was still yellow,
Yeah.
but
But that's
it's
basically
orange almost every single day, and then maybe like 3 to 4 months of the year it's red.
yeah,
The
exactly.
rest of
And
the year it's orange.
fire season is when it's red. Fire season is typically like in the fall when everything starts dying and drying up. So
Yeah,
obviously it makes sense. We're a little bit out of fire season now because it's supposed to be like a little bit
we
of the
are,
wet
but
season.
it still can happen. It's been
Yeah.
dry this year. We have gotten not that much rain at all, and it was super windy that day.
Yeah.
I almost broke my truck door just from wind. I lost my hat from the wind,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
super windy. So that
R.I.P.
starts
Dominic's
fires like
hat,
crazy.
dude.
I know. Pouring out for the hat because I still can't
Yeah.
open this fucking beer.
Right into my mouth.
um, yeah, crazy wind, and then we've got another one, the Eaton Fire, which is same kind of area, just not on the beach, now more inland, and that's like Pasadena, Altadena area. That's kind of where our family is. A lot of our family lives. That one's bad too. That's yes, it's in the hills, but it's also hitting a lot of city right there, and so there are a ton of houses gone.
Yeah. People are saying that it's like a perfect storm kind of thing where it was just so dry and the wind was perfectly strong, blowing in the right
Yep.
direction that it blew this way. But it wouldn't be a pissing in the wind conversation if we didn't get into a little bit of the weeds. I've been hearing this crazy conspiracy theory that the fires are started on purpose to help to burn down some of the people's mansions that live there that are connected with P Diddy.
What?
Yeah, dude, I swear to
Wait.
God,
Okay,
that's
I
the
haven't heard
conspiracy.
that.
Yeah.
Tell
So
tell me
that's the
about this one.
conspiracy theory that I've heard that the fires are started on purpose to burn down like Adam Sandler's house and like Jennifer Aniston's house and like other celebrities that are there who have like connections with Epstein and also connections with Diddy. And they're like trying to do all this
Okay.
before like the new presidency starts. That's like the conspiracy theory. And I
Everything's
don't
about election year.
yeah. And I don't
It
know if
all
you've
comes back to that.
also, one of the things too that's going around is that the fact that a lot of the insurance companies pulled out of California last year.
I did see that.
So a lot of people pulled out of California last year, and what that means is that your home is uninsured. So if your home burns down right now, and you're just a regular person like you or I, you can't afford to rebuild it. And so what's going to happen is you're going to go into like foreclosure, and a big corporation is going to come in, buy up your land, buy up all the surrounding land, and turn it into just like apartments, strip malls, parking
Yeah,
lots, rental properties, just shit like that. And you're never going to own another property in your life. And
yeah.
that's like another theory is like this is like a way for
I've
them
been
to
seeing a
push
lot about
all
that
of these
one.
people out. I don't
And
know if
especially,
you've.
I mean, there are a lot of rich people for like the Palisades fire over there, in Malibu. There are people who I'm sure have just bought that house.
Mhm.
But there's also a ton of people who live there and just because they think that's like the area to live. And I'm
Yeah.
sure they did not, most people probably do not just flat out own those houses.
Hmm.
Um, which the banks are going to require you to have home insurance with that, just because obviously if something happens, they don't want to have to pay for all of that. But yeah, last year a ton of these places pulled the
Yeah.
fire off of their home insurance. So they have home insurance for anything else except for fire, and they're
Mhm.
just saying like, well, it's because you live in an area that burns too much.
And it's like,
Like,
isn't that the reason
what
I
the
would
fuck? I'm
want
like,
to get the
yeah,
home insurance for? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that's fucked
heard
up.
like
So that's a pretty good theory. Have you ever
in
seen the
other
videos? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I've heard like similar things in other states where like I know Kansas and Missouri will have a lot of they'll have home insurance that doesn't cover like hail or wind damage for roofs.
Mhm.
And they're like, well, that's kind of all that is going to hit my roof. But
Yeah,
they'll
like
be like, tornadoes are fine, but we're not doing anything with the wind part. It's only if the tornado itself hits you.
how do I even prove that? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
yeah, that's so
The house
crazy.
is gone either way.
Yeah, exactly. The house is gone either way. Have you ever seen the videos though of the fire starting from up above, and it's like it starts in like three different points all at the same time?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We were watching like some footage of one of the ones that started near Universal Studios over
Hmm.
here.
Hmm.
And that one you can see it's like three or four little spots, and then it just keeps jumping around because like
Hmm.
little ash or little sparks will
Yeah.
go in one spot, burn up all that, and it just keeps spreading more and more
That's
and
what I was
more.
gonna. That's what I was gonna get at. Is people don't understand how far embers can travel. Embers can travel. You should look that up. Actually, embers can travel like miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And if it's like a perfect temperature, I'm pretty sure they can travel like at least 100 miles or some shit like
Yeah,
that. And when you're looking at those fires from up above, that's a super time lapsed video. So when the one fire started and the other fire started, it seems like they were right at the same time, but in reality, it was like hours apart, like hours and hours, enough time for that ember to get over there and start a fire. Doesn't have
yeah.
to.
LAFD is saying several miles.
Hmm. Yeah,
With
that's.
and that is depending on wind speed and conditions.
Hmm.
Right now, our winds, I don't know how fast they got to, but I know that we had a warning to expect 80-mile-an-hour winds, which is insane. So you get an ember in that, it's going to go like 30 miles, and then you
Yeah.
got another one, which is about how far everything's starting right now.
Hmm. Yeah. Another
Yeah.
another one, people are saying that the like it's just a perfect storm again, like I was saying, and the reason behind it is because there's like a family called the Resnicks. I believe that the hold on, let me take a look really quick at my
I'm
notes.
pretty sure that's a World of Warcraft character.
Yeah, yeah, Resnick. Yeah, Stuart Resnick. You could look him up.
Okay.
Stuart Resnick. I'll put a picture of him up here. Stuart Resnick and his family own the rights to 80% of the water in California. And the way that they're doing it is they run 150 different like companies, like pistachio companies and almond companies, and they because of that they have like the rights to water all these lands. And but what it is they don't own the water; they own like the land where like the rivers are on, and they're able to like access the river because of that. It's like a certain, it's like a weird kind of like loophole that they have, but that's
Yeah.
one family owns fucking that much land or that much water, and they apparently that one family for their 150 companies uses 115 billion gallons of water every single year.
Yeah.
115 billion gallons of water, while the rest of California is in a crazy drought all the time, 100% of the year. You're like, you can't water your lawn, you can't fucking do anything in excess. These people are like just wasting fucking water to grow nuts for you to snack
Yeah.
on.
It's the Wonderful Company. So
Yeah.
the people who make like Fiji water, like that pomegranate juice, almonds, pistachios, all that kind of stuff. That's it's them. And yeah, they grow a ton of stuff here. So they use most of the water that California uses, which I also thought was so stupid that we get things of like you can only water your lawn twice a week. My lawn's not that big. I guarantee I'm barely using any water. And
If
if I
you let
even
me
stop,
really
you're
water my
not going
lawn.
to notice.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
if me and everyone else in LA stops watering, you will barely see any decrease in how much water we use.
That's the thing though, is they want to stop the water usage so they could use more fucking water. I
Yeah,
don't know though, but that's just that's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just too many coincidences. I think there's a lot of coincidences. Some people are saying that it's aliens that it was like
I'll buy
starting,
that one.
direct
Yeah,
energy weapons or whatever. Um,
lasers.
yeah, lasers do.
That does remind me. So we have, I think, like 7 or 8 fires going on right now in our
Hmm.
area.
Hmm.
Um, 3 or 4 major ones, and the rest are all kind of small that get put out within like a day. Yesterday I heard that they caught someone trying to start another one. Like some people
Motherfuckers.
like found him, caught him doing it, zip tied him, and held him until the police came. And I was like,
Yeah,
honestly,
dude.
I might have just burned him. I might have just
Ah,
like,
dude, light
I
him on
might have
fire,
just,
bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, do the zip ties, then just like throw him in and watch it. you
Dude,
know?
yeah, fuck it. I mean, what are you
That
doing starting
and the
fires?
looting. Why are like imagine that you live in a multi-million-dollar mansion, your mansion burns down, insurance isn't going to do anything about it, and then you come back to find the like four things left and someone stole that shit.
Yeah, I know that's fucked up, right?
I would get so I would kill those guys too. I'm gonna just start killing people.
But yeah, I mean that's it's fucked, dude. The fire's crazy. But yeah, on let's aliens, dude. Aliens.
Okay, aliens.
2025 2025 is about aliens.
Cool.
It's it. Have you heard about that cube that's in space? This is what I want to talk about aliens. Have you heard about that cube that's in space it corrects its like direction and it's heading towards us?
No.
Look it up right now, dude. Look it up. It's like NASA. I think it was found by one of the
I'm
satellites.
just gonna look up Space Cube.
Yeah, what's no, don't look that up. What's the satellite that we use all the time? Um,
Sputnik.
James Webb, the James Webb telescope or whatever, the fucking satellite thing that's in space. It like found this huge cube that's like cube-like structure that's flying towards us, and it corrects its directions.
Okay, spotted a large object about 10 light years away from Earth moving towards the planet. Some sort of alien spaceship.
That's
And
all
it
it
does
says.
change its JWST has observed that the object changed its trajectory in an unnatural manner. But there are no like pictures or description of what it looks like.
Yeah, there's no pictures.
There's a lot of people saying it's aliens.
That's crazy, dude. On its way here, and it corrects its trajectory.
Yeah.
That's
And
freaky.
it
That's the freakiest part.
and it says something about a Washington D.C. based press, but I thought it meant DC Comics.
Hmm.
And I was like, ah, this is all fake. Never mind though.
Yeah,
These are
dude.
politicians.
Can you?
U.S. Representative Andre Carson.
Yep. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. Yeah. It would make more sense if it was floating around randomly,
Hmm.
but for it to move like that, like just get out of the way of stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's
That
someone in
or
there.
not even just getting out of the way of stuff, but like coming, like correcting its like trajectory to come this way. It's just like,
Yeah.
no, dude, we're going there. Like, there's no way behind that. Yeah, that's freaky, bro. But so yeah, fucking aliens, dude. Fucking aliens. Do you think they're real? Do you think it's real?
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I will fight them.
You would?
I would lose, but
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
gonna fight.
What if they don't want to fight? What if they're like just trying to come and be peaceful?
Oh, then I'll chill with an alien. I'm
I will.
thinking more like, what if they come and they're like Invader Zim?
Oh yeah, dude. Like they're really
Yeah.
bad at their job. Yeah, so, anyways, on some shit I wanted to talk to you about too, though, Dominic, is
Yeah, yeah,
I like to talk about fake stuff, but I've been looking into real stuff that's like this,
yeah.
and
Ooh.
you'd be surprised the kind of shit that we have.
Okay, tell me.
So let's
I- Do you
I'm
mean
gonna
like real stuff, like real alien stuff?
not like so the the talk is that the technology comes from aliens, but in we don't know though. We don't know. It's like
Yeah.
backwards. What is it? What do they call it when they do backward engineered?
Reverse engineered?
Reverse engineered. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's reverse engineered stuff, and they're like, I'm getting too excited. It's reverse engineered, alien technology is basically what people say. And so,
Okay.
so do you know what DARPA is?
DARPA. I'm pretty sure that's like an 80-year-old woman.
DARPA, yeah, that's your neighbor. No, uh, DARPA is a government agency. I don't really remember what it stands for. Can you pull it up for me? It's
Yeah.
DARPA, all caps. It's like Defense Agency of something something or some shit like.
DARPA. Development or yeah, Defense Age Advanced Research Projects Agency.
Yeah. So DARPA is this government program where they like research.
Ooh.
It's like NASA but for technology instead of like space
Yeah,
travel.
but did you know that it started as ARPA
Hmm.
and then later had to add defense?
Yeah, they changed it to defense when everybody started like doing the same thing. Other countries started doing it. And
Yeah.
so they were like, "Oh shit, we need to figure out a way to like defend ourselves." But yeah, DARPA, and what they say is that DARPA is always 20 years ahead of us in their technology. So we have FaceTime, we have flying drones that we can fly around, we have video games that we can play, we have virtual reality. Imagine all of our stuff now, 20
Yeah.
years from now, and DARPA's already playing around with that kind of shit.
Ooh, and they're the kind of people that do all the like capital letters inside of things.
They do, yeah.
I'm
So,
looking at some of their projects right now. It says advanced aircraft infrastructure,
hmm
but it's like random capitals in the middle of the word advanced.
hmm yeah, it's crazy,
And like
bro.
the N in advanced and the C in aircraft are
hmm
just randomly capitalized. That's got to stand for something.
So let's talk about a couple of the things that DARPA actually has, some real stuff. I don't know if you were
Okay.
able to look this up, but can you look up DARPA Exacto Bullet? EXACTO Bullet.
Okay. The Exacto Bullet is an acronym of Extreme Accuracy Tasked Ordnance. Exacto.
That's all that it says.
No, I
Oh.
it was just loading. Is a sniper rifle firing smart bullet being developed for DARPA.
hmm So it's a smart bullet that's gonna follow you. Like it's
Yeah.
does it say anything else about it?
The new 50 BMG gun and improved scope could employ fire and forget technologies, including fin stabilized projectiles, spin stabilized projectiles, internal and or external arrow actuation control methods. So yeah, it corrects itself to follow you.
Yeah, with little
Laser
wings.
guidance. Yeah, you got put up a picture of it too, because this
Yeah.
thing looks crazy. Like just from the stuff that you can find
hmm
about it,
hmm
it looks like a straight up like rocket, but it's real small,
hmm
like a little bullet.
Yeah, it's got like little wings on it and shit, and
Yeah,
it's supposed to like follow you, dude. That's crazy. An exacto bullet. So a sniper is going to be able to hit you from like miles away. The furthest ever recorded sniper shot is like 2.5 miles or something like that, and it's like by like a Canadian sniper. I think you might be able to look that up too to confirm it.
yeah, and I'll check it right now. 3,800 meters, which is who the hell talks in meters?
Every yeah. What are you guys doing talking in meters, dude? Stop doing that.
I don't know how long a meter is.
A
It's
meter is 3 feet.
4,156 yards.
That's so. What's that times three?
um, 11,400
That's feet. So that's
feet.
6 miles. Is that 6 miles? How many miles is that?
That's like 2 miles.
Yeah. See, that's what I said. 2 miles.
Yeah, yeah, like a little bit, barely over 2 miles. But
Yeah.
still, 2 miles is a long way to shoot.
But yeah, a fucking exacto bullet's gonna fucking and fucking snipe you out, dude. It's
Yeah,
gonna
let
get
me
you.
see if it gives us any information on like how far it can go because right now it doesn't tell me distance. 6.2 miles.
There you go.
Geez, so it's like triple what the longest ever recorded sniper shot is.
That's insane, dude. That's insane. Exacto
Six
bullet.
miles.
I got another one. DARPA insect allies.
Insect allies. Okay, I'm gonna
Insect
guess.
allies.
I'm gonna guess this one. Is this gonna be like those little spiders that like Spider-Man has?
Oh, that's good. No, 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 it's
Like,
not.
if you seen like in the Spider-Man game, you can
Yeah, of
like
course.
deploy him and he's like,
Yeah, you run around and you like
yeah,
shock
yeah,
people
yeah.
and shit. No, it's not that.
Oh,
Insect
okay.
allies is gonna be like little. It's like little bugs that they like. I don't know exactly what they put like a microchip or something on it, but they program the bugs to attack crops, so they'll like just eat all of your crops like while they're doing there. They also can program them to repair each other in the field, or they'll like bite you and shit while they're there, like swarm you. Like a bunch of locusts will come and like eat all of your like wheat, and then like go and like attack your fucking children afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, so this is off of their website. The Insect Allies program is pursuing scalable, readily deployable, and generalizable countermeasures against potential natural and engineered threats to the food supply. Tell me what it is. Viral manipulation of the insect vector optimization.
Oh, that's genetic modification of an insect.
Yeah, DARPA emphasizes biosafety and biosecurity in this research.
Wow,
So
dude.
they're not going to tell me what it is.
Wow, dude. That's fucking genetic modification of an insect to go into whatever area that they don't like the people, and they're gonna come eat all your crops, and they're gonna like fuck all your shit up. Imagine that in the United States, bro. If they fucking threw that in like Kansas and they just ate all of
Yeah.
our crops.
This one is saying, are the insect allies a step towards biological warfare? Yes.
Yeah, dude, I think so. What do you guys
Yeah.
think? Do you think that they are?
Yeah. You guys tell us what it is. And should they more focus on making those spiders? Because
Look it up. Project Dragonfly.
okay. Let me guess on this one too. I'm gonna say this one is gonna be some sort of like hidden jet type thing. that they can make invisible.
No, the
Wait, is
invisible.
that
You
a,
lost it on the invisible thing. It's you're almost kind of there,
is
like a hidden thing.
is that already a thing though?
Maybe a little leafy bug.
Yeah, the leafy bug. Dragonfly Project one is an internet search engine prototype. Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Well,
it's
this
it's
one was
project it's Project Dragonfly, not the Dragonfly Project. It's DARPA. Look up DARPA, DARPA, Project Dragonfly. I'll tell you what it is if you can't find it. Project Dragonfly is a hybrid insect electromechanical system. So, and what that means is that they take a bug and they put little like robotniks on it. And the bug will do your like it'll fly around and you can like control the way that it goes and it can like electrocute people and shoot little things at them.
okay. So this is gonna be like I kind of go. Everything has to be based off of like superheroes, or I won't understand it. Uh, so this is like that little thing that Falcon has, where he shoots it out and it's like,
Yeah,
and it
but
shoots people.
except imagine that, but instead of it being just a robot, it's like all attached on a real bird. It's
Oh,
like
they use real bird.
it's not birds, it's bugs. They use bugs.
Okay, so
Yeah. And
man,
they
they're
can use
just
it to like
going like,
spy on you. Like they'll fly they could literally fly the fly up in the corner and it has like a
what
little
the
recording
fuck?
device and shit and it's like spying on you, dude. The fly on the wall. Like that's a literal
How
thing. That's an actual
how
thing
close
DARPA has.
until we just live in the world of Transformers?
This is the next one. Are you ready? An
Yeah. Oh no.
exoskeleton. An exoskeleton. Look it up, dude.
Okay.
They actually have one. A DARPA exoskeleton. It's
Okay.
it's called the Warrior Web, I think is what they call it.
Let's see. The powered exoskeleton.
Yep, that's it. And it's like it goes on your arms and your legs and makes you stronger and faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This. Yep. Find your strength.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy, bro.
What the
It's
fuck?
like what's that movie
This
with
is
Matt
just.
Damon?
I don't know.
Elysium.
I
Elysium.
I was gonna say, just look like the picture I'm looking at. Literally looks like Iron Man,
Yeah, bro. Isn't
and
that
it says an
wild?
exhibit of the future soldier.
That's that's it, dude. That's where we're
It's
headed,
different
bro.
from body armor or a passive exoskeleton. This provides mechanical benefits and protection, but has no actuator. I don't know what that means. Oh, it relies completely on the own user's muscles for
Okay.
movement.
Okay.
So it will make you, at least the one I'm looking at right now, will make you more tired just because you have to do all the work. But I mean, still gonna protect you,
Yeah.
and I hope it flies.
Dude, that thing is fucking crazy though, right? So
Yeah.
exoskeleton, that's fucking insane. There's another one. It's called the Brain Initiative Program. See if you can look that one up.
Okay. Brain Initiative Program. Ooh. As I'm typing it, it looks like the budgeting was cut
Oh, okay.
by Obama.
Really? So it was that old, huh?
Initiative
Doesn't mean
Program.
that they're not. That doesn't mean they're not still doing it. By the way, just because the budgeting was cut does not mean that they're not still fucking researching this shit.
Boom. Right here. Six paths to the non-surgical future of brain-machine interferences or interfaces. This is on DARPA's website.
Mhm. It's like Neuralink, but way more advanced.
Yeah. Um, Neurotechnology N3 is what they're calling it. Announced in 2018. Obama wasn't there. What the fuck?
I know. What the fuck?
Um, DARPA is preparing for a future in which a combination of unmanned systems, artificial intelligence, and cyber operations may cause conflicts to play out on timelines that are too short for humans. What the fuck? They're not doing time travel shit?
No, it's not that. It's they're hooking your brain up to robots so that way you can control a drone with your mind, but at the same time you're like looking up data about something. You're like basically a computer at
Yeah.
that point. Like your brain is a computer. They're like hooking your brain up with a computer so you can move as fast
Um,
as like an AI could almost.
yeah. For the military's primarily able bodied population to benefit from neurotechnology, non surgical interfaces are required.
Hmm. Yeah,
Similar technology could benefit clinical populations. Yeah. So they just want to make you into a computer.
yeah, yeah. Basically, that basically. Today's episode is brought to you by the First Amendment. Without the First Amendment, we wouldn't be able to do half of the fucking shit that we're doing here. So next time that you feel like you're going to offend somebody with what you're going to say, just go ahead and say it. That's what the forefathers would have wanted of you. And that's what we want of you. Okay, so that's pretty much the crazy shit that I had going on at DARPA, but that's real stuff, guys. That's all
Yeah.
real stuff that we didn't know anything about. And then do you want to know? So that's all real stuff we didn't know anything about. Sorry, dude. That's
They're getting
what do
you.
you? I know I'm just going crazy from looking at all of these things. I'm just going
Yeah.
psycho. How do you feel about that? Like, what do you think about that? And like, no understanding like how the government does false flag operations and how they do like, different types of things to try to control us and where things are
Yeah.
headed now. How do you feel about what you know that they have going on? And these are old
It's
things. These are easy to find. They
yeah,
this is
it's scary. Like thinking about like just watch a lot of movies. So everything you have, like, okay, this has been in that movie. Like the bugs one, like the allied insects or whatever the fuck they called it. That shit's in like Jurassic World when bugs eat everything and the whole world just starves. Like
yeah.
that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're just all gonna starve because no one can grow any fucking wheat or corn anymore.
I don't know how do you.
No.
I mean,
I
if
could
you
grow
give me
wait,
some seed, I guess I could try to, but if I was given any type of tribulation or trial, I would fail, dude.
honestly, we tried growing vegetables. We have a jalapeno plant and I think we get 3 a year.
Okay.
I can't survive off 3 jalapenos.
No, not at all. I
No.
mean, I could. You can't. No, I was kidding.
Maybe four.
Yeah, four jalapenos. But so on the topic of like DARPA and like what the technology that they have, I
Yeah.
thought that we should also talk about like something else. So this is something that I was looking up, and this is kind of fucked up in my opinion. So
Okay.
in Gremlins, that dad in Gremlins is like
Yeah.
he's an inventor. That's his thing. He comes up with like a
Yeah.
toothpaste and like but yeah, we need more inventors. We need more inventors, and the reason that we don't have as many inventors, I feel like, is because it's hard to be an inventor. And look this up. It's called the Patent Security Category Review List.
Jeez. Patent security category review list.
Yeah. So what this
Boom.
is What this is it's a giant list with 13 pages, all sorts of different like categories
Yep.
of stuff where if you bring this in to the patent department and let's say that you came up with like a 0 point energy machine, which basically is a machine where you put in a little bit of energy and it releases 1,000 times as much energy as is being put into it. Or you release like a perpetual motion machine where the motor just keeps moving and moving and moving and moving around in a circle forever. Different things like that,
Ooh.
or other shit like a solar panel that has other. But anyways, this thing, basically what happens is the government comes in and they say, "Oh, that's a fucking sweet patent. Stamp. This is ours," and they just like
Yep.
take it away under secrecy.
And it looks like there's a lot of or a lot of classified ones, and it's also known as the Invention Secrecy Act.
That's crazy.
So
Can you
they're
look up?
just taking it
Can you look up
and
when
just
that came
making
around?
it theirs. Yeah, I'm sure I can find like known public examples. James Greer of Alabama was bound by a secrecy order from 2000 to 2008 for an invention that could have allowed development of anti-stealth tracking systems.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see, look at one more. In 2002, inventor Robert Gold saw his idea for improvements in wireless communications restricted.
Hmm.
So that sucks. You
Yeah.
make this cool shit and then they just take it.
So I have one that you can look up. It's called the Pogue carburetor, POGE carburetor. See if you can find what that means.
Yeah, so it looks like it was a Canadian mechanic and inventor in the 1930s who filed a series of U.S. patents for a miracle carburetor that would enable a car to attain 200 miles per gallon.
Hmm.
Um,
And then so he's the reason that this all started. He was before the
yeah.
Invention Secrecy Act. After he came around, the oil company came and they lobbied against it. And they got in 1951. That's when the Invention Secrecy Act was brought into play. And yeah, and then basically, I'm pretty sure that if you might be able to find it. I don't know if you can, but I think he was killed. I think he was killed by the oil companies.
This is his page. I'm just looking at all it says on at least his personal page is
Hmm.
um the announcement was not followed by any verifiable tests or demonstrations.
Okay, okay, that's fine. That's
But
fine.
I mean, no. That mean proves what you were talking about though. Like it's gone. They're like, oh yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, they got
No
rid
one,
of
no
it.
one cares about it. Yeah.
They came in, they got rid of it. They're like, fuck it.
If people want to know how much more efficient it is, the standard carburetor gets like 25 miles per gallon at 9% efficiency, and the Pogue carburetor is 72% efficient with 200 miles a gallon.
Mhm. And if you look up on, I'll show it to you guys on that Secrecy Act. There's a certain page and there's a certain number, and it says one of the secrecy things is any type of engine or carburetor that is 70 to 80% more efficient. There's also one on there that's any solar panel that's 20% or more efficient. Those are
Oh,
all
wow.
secrets. So anything that's really good at saving energy and producing more for you, it's a secret. They don't give it to us. Here's another guy, dude. Look up Tom Ogle, Tomogle, Tom Ogle. And basically what it is he invented an engine that runs on its own fumes.
Yep. Created a vaporized fuel system which allowed a car to travel over 200 miles on 2 gallons of gas.
hmm And Shell offered him $450 million for the design. And he was just like, nah, I don't want to do that. I want everybody to be able to do this. I'm sure the money will come to me later on. And then in 1978, he was shot by just a random person. Some random guy shot him.
Yep. Yeah. Uh, it wasn't random. I'm sure it had to do something. Somebody had to take him out. Too
Somebody,
smart.
somebody. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Um, yes, another one, Stanley Meyer. Look up Stanley Meyer. He invented the water engine. Meyer is Myer.
Stanley Meyer water fuel cell,
Yep.
non-functional design for a perpetual motion machine.
It's not a non-functional design. He was using electrosis, where you turn.
The second thing that comes up about him is the mysterious death of Stanley Meyer.
Can you read about it?
Yeah. Um, Grove City, Ohio, Franklin County, with all ingredients of the setting in the American province that is dear to crime writers. What? I don't care about that shit. March 21st, 1998, he was having lunch. This He went and got a drink at the diner they were at, and then immediately stood up and seemed like he went crazy, held his hands around his neck, and then suffocated
Yep. He
and died.
was poisoned
And his
by.
last words were, "They poisoned me."
He was poisoned, guys. He was poisoned. And what he did is he invented a water engine that runs using electrolysis. Can you look up what electrolysis is? Because I don't really know what that is.
Electrolysis is a technique that uses electricity to drive a chemical reaction.
Okay, so he was using electricity to cause the explosions in the engine, the combustion engine that we use to drive a car
Yeah.
through water instead of using gasoline.
So, yeah, it's basically you pass electricity through some sort of substance to create a chemical change.
Mhm. We'll go to the next page. Okay, look up Floyd Sweet, Floydsweet.
Okay, Floyd Sweet vacuum triode amplifier.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, oh my God, this is a
So this is
long thing.
the vacuum triode amplifier is like the little. It's like a little box. See if you can see what it is. I don't know how he built it or how it works or what it does. But apparently, if you feed it zero point zero 0.03 milliwatts, which is very, very little amount of energy, it could provide you with over 500 watts. So basically, it just whatever it needs, it could power it. And the way that it does it is it grabs energy from what they call the aether, which is what Nikola Tesla thought was bringing energy into the world, which is just like negative space, like the air around us that has energy and shit.
Yeah, I can't understand what he was making. This one is, I don't get it. Everything that I see about it so far is just telling me like, oh, we gave it power and then it created watts, which are just volt amps. So basically just we put power into it and then it used up energy.
Yeah, well, what's happening is you're putting power into it, and then it's giving out more power.
Well, okay, never mind.
No, like, what?
Watts are volt amps, so it's basically just how much energy is this thing going to be using. So that's why you label lights in watts or
hmm
microwaves in watts, because
hmm
that's volts times amps equals how much watts. So the amps are going to be how much energy you're using. The volts is how much potential you're applying to it, and then the watts is just multiplying those two together to see how much it consumes.
I love this. Can you read what they have on there and try to explain it to us?
That's just because I have to know it for work.
Yeah, but that's
That
fine.
that
You
but
understand it
was
at least a little bit. Just try your best. Just try your best.
okay. So here we have the battery coming in. We have like a little resistor goes through into like what looks like they've drawn it as a capacitor. It Everything that I'm seeing at least doesn't look anything like it would be giving off power. Everything that we've looked at so far, it looks like just like a power storage.
Do you think we could build something like this, Dominic?
I could build anything.
Do you think we can build something like this though, for real? I'll help you.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we could
Yeah,
build
for
something like
sure.
this.
I'll do a bunch of research on it. I will try and figure out exactly what it is and what it's meant to do, and then I'll buy what I need and make one.
I think that that would be awesome. I think we should try to build one of these.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I have access to everything we would need here.
yeah, I think that that would be sick. I think we should do that. All right, let's look up another guy. But yeah, so that basically what that is that thing you put in energy to it and it gives off like a substantial amount of energy, like more than what you've put into it. And it's basically able to power like a city. And they say that that's how spaceships are powered. And anyways, this guy filed his patent. Can you look up when he filed his patent, by the way, Floyd Sweet, when that patent was filed?
Yeah, I'm seeing that it looks like it's just amplifying everything, but still that doesn't make sense. That seems like it would just be like a transformer, like a step up transformer where
Mhm.
you would put in one voltage and then get out another voltage,
I mean,
like
I
the
don't know.
higher one.
We don't know yet. We haven't put it together. But can you look when he filed his patent? Is it able to check when that patent was filed?
Yes, June 1965.
So in June 1965, he filed his patent, and then shortly after that, somebody broke into his workshop and took like everything. They took all his notes, they took all the like little like mechanics and all of the shit that he had, and then like about a month later, he died of a heart attack. Just fucking randomly died of a heart attack.
They poisoned him.
They poisoned him, dude, again, or a heart attack ray, like the thing that they have. See if you can look this guy up. Gianni Dotto, Gianni Dotto, Datto.
DOTTO. They're
Yep.
thermoionic couple. Oh, he was a biophysicist. The
Hmm.
ring is 27 inches in diameter, made of heavy copper, and has an adjacent heated and refrigerated area. And it makes magnetism.
I don't know exactly what it does, but it was tested and it works. And it was tested at the Catherine Center. Sloan Kettering Center. They tested it and it worked. And then the FDA got involved and they shut his project down. And then he was killed by a car. Somebody hit him with a car, but then they ran over him a bunch of times.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, dude. Like instead of hitting him once, they hit him like a few times.
It says here for the past 2 years, the ring has been used in operation in his biophysics lab. Results have been uniformly good. So it looks like they gave a bunch of mice cancer and then they tested it on some of the mice, and those mice lived, the other ones died. It was filed June 1st, 1970. And it said they did do human tests. All the humans seemed fine.
It works,
Doesn't
dude.
say if it was like healed or not of something. It just says no side effects.
Homeboy, it fucking works. All right. Do you want to look at a couple more?
Yeah.
All right, let me see who else I got on this fucking crazy list. I'm a psychopath, guys. You don't always have to listen to me. This is what I do. Look at this. Look at these fucking notes. This is a piece of paper. I'm just who knows, man. I'm just making shit up. Who knows? Anyways, Dr. Ningley. Ningli. Dr. Ningley.
Dr. Ningley?
Yeah, Ningley. Oh, Dr. Ning Lee.
Oh.
Ningli.
Ning D. Ning D.
Dr. Ning Lee. That's so funny, dude. Yeah.
A physicist,
Yep, that's him.
Chinese American scientist,
Yep.
graduated Department of Physics from Peking University, and known for physics and anti gravity research.
Hmm.
Her anti gravity research
In
Let's see, published
2001, he
between
got a grant from the
1991 and
DOD.
1993.
Let's
Dr.
say
Ning
it again.
Li is
Say
a
it again.
woman.
Say it again.
Yeah, it's a woman,
Okay.
but papers published between 1991 and 1993, she claimed a practical way to produce anti-gravity effects. She claimed that an anti-gravity effect could be produced by rotating ions, creating a gravitomagnetic field.
Does
All
it say
right,
that
and then
she
there's like a
vanished?
whole thing about her death. Ning Lee was struck by a vehicle while crossing the street of Alabama in Huntsville. Lee's husband, seeing the accident, suffered a heart attack and died.
Does it say anything about her have being vanished for 14 years before she was hit by a car?
No.
So in 2001, she got a grant from the DOD and for the anti gravity work, and then all of a sudden she just vanished and she was gone. Nobody knew where she was for 14 years, and then she all of a sudden came back, hit by a car, and died in the street. And her husband had a heart attack.
All it says about that is the grant period ended in 2002, but no results from the research were ever made. No evidence exists that the company performed any work. And then in 2014, she died. Does say,
This
though, that she actually didn't die from the accident. She got hit and then had Alzheimer's. It caused Alzheimer's.
what? Dude, she got hit by a
Yep.
car and it gave her Alzheimer's.
In 2014, Ning Lee was struck by a vehicle while crossing the street on the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Lee's husband, seeing the accident, suffered a heart attack and died a year later in 2015. For Lee, this accident caused permanent brain damage that resulted in Alzheimer's disease shortly after she died.
Convenient. Convenient.
So they can just
Uh,
give you that now?
Dr. Ning Lee. I mean, I'm not saying they can just give you Alzheimer's, but maybe they like took a part of her brain out when she went to the hospital. Who knows?
Maybe.
But anyways, so I all of this talk just to tell you guys. In this is a report from 2010. I couldn't find any newer reports, but in
Mm-hmm.
2010, the Federation of American Scientists stated that there was 5,135 inventions that were given the secrecy order.
Hmm.
So 5,135 inventions in 2010 that
Yeah.
are advanced enough, like what we were just talking about, for the government to come in, stamp their secrecy app,
And
maybe
take it
fucking
away.
kill those people and take it away.
Wow. I got one more. So this guy's name, you could look him up. It's Dr. OVI. I don't know how to pronounce it. And then Quinto Bor. And basically what he was doing, he was trying to make this machine or actually find a way to the end the construction of a machine that basically turned what people were like doing, turned what says evil energy into rocks, into crystals.
What, dude?
Yeah.
This guy was ahead of his time, bro. Because if he was around crystals right now,
The
people would eat that
the
shit
issue
up.
with it the issue with it though is that the crystals were like super unstable, says prompting him to begin research um for more crystals that would neutralize the evil within the gems.
What the fuck, dude? This is
So
just no, dude. This
he
is
no no
Sonic.
no
This is Sonic. What do you
okay.
think about what just happened? What I just talked to you
um
about? How do you feel about it?
I feel like the big thing, we can't be killing these people. Someone's got to be out there to protect these people. Or we're gonna get stuck in like no one ever makes anything advanced.
Don't take your fucking interventions to the patent office. You're gonna make money off it eventually. Just give
Yeah.
it to everybody, bro.
If it's
Give it to
so
everybody.
smart too, other people aren't gonna figure it out for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. Don't take it to the patent
So
office. That's what we learned.
you'll die.
We don't know what's going on out here.
When I was a kid, I had to invent something for school, and I wanted to make a pencil that would do your homework, but you would still get smarter. I'm glad I didn't go with that one. They would have gotten me.
They might have gotten you,
They would have gotten me.
and we would have never had pissing in the wind.
I'm done.